Broadcasting live from the studios at WLKL 89.9 The Maxwell Alternative, the sports show that puts you in the know about Lakers athletics. This is Lakers Live with Chet Novak.
Good afternoon, not morning, but afternoon for Lakers Live. I'm your host, Chet Novak. John Myers helping me out here. Plenty more technical problems, but you are here on WLKL 89.9, the Max Alternative. We do have Lakers Live for you, better late than never, and we have a couple Lady Laker softball players with us today. Lucky us, Maria Dust and Jackie Tromby. This is the current power of the Lady Lakers team. Maria Dust, you're up here first. If anyone told you before the season you'd be, 18-0 now?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, a lot in 0. If anyone told you that before the season right now, would you believe them?
Yeah, because last year we had a pretty good team going into it, and we lost some people, but we gained a lot of sophomores. Well, kept a lot of sophomores, and we gained a lot of freshmen. So.
Okay, now you played last year.
Yeah.
I know Jackie's a freshman this year. But how does this team now compare to last year's team now that you've played many games so far?
Last year's team, we had a lot more sophomores that were power hitters, but this year we have a lot more people just getting base hits and driving the runs in and situations we need to hit people in. So. Okay,
now you've just played a whole bunch of doubleheaders last week, and I know we were talking a little bit about that on the radio last week probably, but now that that's all over with, it ended up being 4 in a row, and of course you won them all the games. What was that like going through that kind of a grueling schedule?
You just go one day at a time, one game at a time. If you look at all the games in a row, you're going to get down on yourself and just say, why are we doing this? But if you keep it one game at a time, then it's not so bad. You just try getting every win.
And at any point during that, did you just kind of go, oh, I'm tired?
Everybody, I think, did a little bit, but...
What do you do then?
You just try to get through it and just play for fun.
Okay. Now that you've gone through many games, and I know you have a real honed down, in particular, pregame ritual, is that still the same?
Yeah, it stays the same through the whole games. We take like an hour and a half for our whole ritual, otherwise we're off a little bit. On one of our games, we got there a little late. And we only had about an hour to warm up, and it kind of threw us off a little bit. We were a little slow to start and didn't get our bats going until like the third inning. But we have a ritual we go through, and if we don't really get that, then it throws us off a little bit.
So you did feel a little bit uncomfortable that one time when you didn't get all that in.
Yeah, well, we didn't get as many swings whenever we were warming up, and we didn't get to throw as much or take as many ground balls. So.
Well, what do you think so far this year has been the biggest obstacle, your biggest challenge, team-wise and maybe personally?
I think getting our bats going took a while. We didn't get our bats going until like the second or third week of our regular season, it didn't seem like. And so it was just hard to get runners in and keep our defense up so we could stay in all the games.
What do you this is Coach Nelson's first year. What do you like most about him?
I guess that no matter what we do, I don't know, he sticks with us a lot of times. I don't know. Sometimes he gets down on us, but that's just because he knows that we can be so much better. Okay,
so you trust that if he's being what you might think is a little mean at the moment might be for the good of you or for the team then?
Yeah.
Okay. Now lately, well, I should say previously I've interviewed Jackie Tromby, and she's in studio today. We'll talk to her in a little bit. I've spoken to her a little bit more about hitting the long ball, a lot of home runs. Lately, it's been you as well. 6 for 8 in your last doubleheader over the course of 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And you had 2 home runs in that, a double, 6 RBIs, and then the game before that, I think, or so, you had another home run. Well, is this a little unusual for you, or do you think that's where you should be?
I don't know. I would like to be there, but right now I'd say at first it was unusual, but it's getting better, and I'm getting back into it, seeing the ball better, not just getting base hits, but getting extra bases, and just trying to get base hits, and if they happen to go out of the park, they get home runs.
Do you think that, now all of a sudden you've hit, 2 or 3 home runs in just a short amount of games here? Do you feel like that's going to put a little pressure on you the next time out?
Not really. I just try hitting for base hits, and if it happens to go farther and get out of the park, it's a good thing. So.
If it happens, it happens. Okay. What zone do you look for? A certain zone at the plate when you're hitting?
Yeah.
Inside, high, outside, what?
My zone is a lot of times is inside. With no strikes or 1 strike, I'll just look for an inside pitch, and if it's a meatball, I'll swing for it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not there and I get a few strikes on me, I'll open up the strike zone and just try to protect the plate.
Okay, and I was going to ask you about count, and Jackie, she's in studio. I'm going to ask you these same things, so you'll be your test here in a minute. One other thing, though, is there a certain pitch you like more? Or one you like less?
Outside pitch is harder to hit, but it's not too bad. It's better if you take the outside pitch where it's pitched and there's someone on, you can get the person over farther because it's harder to get them out at home. It's a farther distance.
Okay.
And because the ball's behind them, so.
Okay, and I also wanted to add in there fastball, curveball. Rather hit one than the other?
Fastball, easily.
Right. Okay. I think most hitters would probably agree with that. Did you always want to be a third baseman? I know you are now.
I never even thought I would actually be a third baseman.
Oh, really?
I hadn't played third base until our freshman year of college, actually. I started out as a pitcher whenever I was little, and then I developed I could catch. I could pretty much play anywhere, but I had been mainly a pitcher. And then through high school, I pitched for JV, and then I went to shortstop and played a little outfield. And then when I went to varsity, I played all outfield until my senior year when I came in and I pitched again, and I was our main pitcher. And then after that, whenever we came here, started out in the outfield and came to first base. And then last year, they threw me out to third to see if I could play there, just because we didn't really have anybody right then. So they thought they'd try something new, and it stuck.
Threw you out there, so it was baptism by fire, huh?
I guess so.
And where was hometown, and where was his high school?
Teutopolis High School in T-Town, Illinois.
Okay, both the same. If you could play a different position, what would it be?
I'd say
And let's take out pitcher, because you've done that a lot.
Yeah, I would say outfield, just because you get a lot of opportunities to make a diving catch, it seems like, or make a great play on a running back to get a fly ball, make a spectacular catch. So.
Okay, and now in school, do you have a major in mind here?
I'm right here at Lakeland. I'm in pre-engineering, and I want to go to civil engineering transfer. So. Okay,
and you're being a sophomore now. Any colleges you're looking at or are looking at you?
I'm looking at Edwardsville, Illinois.
Southern Illinois?
Southern Illinois, Edwardsville.
Okay. And then as far as classes go, is it getting harder or easier, or is it just the same keeping up?
Seems like every semester it gets a little harder, but you got to expect that being in college, and got to learn new stuff. So.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on Lakers Live with us, Maria Dust, third baseman for the Lady Lakers softball team. We're going to take a short break. Our system is having troubles today, so you may just get some music, but believe me, we'll be back this time, and when we do, we'll have Jackie Tromby on. Stick with us here with Lakers Live on 89.9, the Max Alternative.